I spoke to Michael about it. I mean, he's excited about it. I think for him, it means he's got to stay current. He watches a lot of basketball, and you know, he knows it's what defines him still. I think fans are going to enjoy hearing his take, you know, on the modern league.
Michael Jordan is stepping back into the NBA spotlight, but this time it's not as a player, an owner, or even the star of a documentary. Adam Silver just confirmed that the legend himself will be giving reviews on current NBA games and players. For fans, this is huge. Jordan's words have always carried serious weight, not just because of what he did on the court, but because he barely says anything publicly about the modern league. His silence has only made his voice more valuable. Now picture the GOAT breaking down today's stars. From LeBron James and Kevin Durant to Steph Curry and Giannis Antetokounmpo, this is about to be something special. Before we jump in, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our deep dives into the biggest NBA stories. And go ahead and like this video, because today we're talking about why Michael Jordan's upcoming reviews might completely reshape how fans and players view the modern NBA. The first thing Adam Silver emphasized was how tough it is to get Michael Jordan to commit to anything. This is a guy who has lived in the public eye for decades, yet picks his moments like he's selecting the final shot of a playoff game. Jordan isn't like today's stars who drop a new social media post every 10 minutes or sit for interviews every other week. He values privacy, and he only speaks when something truly matters. Silver even admitted he didn't think Jordan would say yes to the idea of reviewing NBA games. The fact that he said that publicly shows how rare and important this moment really is. Jordan's reputation for staying selective makes this commitment even more exciting. Fans know that if he's doing this, it's not because of pressure or money. It's because he genuinely wants to. That says a lot about his respect for the game and his desire to step into the conversation while the league continues to evolve. Culturally, it shows Jordan understands his legacy, but also recognizes how important it is to shape how fans experience basketball today. And for players, it means the GOAT will be watching and commenting, something that might influence how they play. When Jordan talks, people listen, and the rarity of his public appearances only amplifies the influence of this new role. Silver then brought up how long it took to convince Jordan to do The Last Dance. That documentary became a global phenomenon during the pandemic, giving fans unprecedented access to Jordan's competitiveness and mindset. But the important part is that it took decades to get him to approve it. The footage was shot in the...
They're bringing him back. They told me they were going to try, and I said, good luck. I honestly didn't think he was going to do it.
1990s, and Jordan sat on it until he felt the timing was right. That tells you everything. Jordan doesn't chase attention. He protects his image with the same intensity he used to guard opposing players. The fact that he's now agreeing to give regular reviews signals a major shift. It suggests that Jordan feels the moment is right to weigh in on the modern league. And just like The Last Dance became a cultural event, Jordan's reviews could become a weekly or monthly must-watch moment where fans and analysts hang on every word. If that documentary proved anything, it's that Jordan knows how to captivate an audience. People didn't watch The Last Dance just for nostalgia. They watched because it offered unfiltered insight into one of the greatest competitors ever. That same energy will now show up in his reviews. Imagine him breaking down a playoff series or dissecting a star's mentality. It won't just entertain people. It'll teach them something. Jordan's voice is timeless, and his involvement could elevate basketball discussions all over again. What makes this even more interesting is that Jordan genuinely seems excited about the opportunity. According to Silver, this isn't a reluctant yes or a role he felt pushed into. Jordan sees it as a way to stay current. When you've already secured your place in history, staying current isn't about protecting your status. It's about staying connected to the game you love. And Jordan has always been competitive, even in retirement. He doesn't want to fade into irrelevance. He still wants his...
It took us, as you know, decades to convince him to do the documentary, The Last Dance.
Perspective to matter. In a league where younger fans constantly argue about whether LeBron or Steph threatens his legacy, Jordan stepping forward to talk about today's game feels strategic. It's his way of reminding everyone that the standard he set still stands. On a bigger level, his excitement shows real passion. He's built businesses, owned teams, dominated every challenge. Yet he still wants to sit down and analyze regular NBA games. That's authenticity that fans can respect. It shows his connection to the sport isn't just about money or fame. It's love. And his decision to stay current bridges eras. Younger fans who never saw him play will now get to hear his perspective firsthand. That's powerful. It creates a direct line between the GOAT and the stars of today. Silver also made it clear that Jordan isn't doing this casually. He's passionate about basketball being played the right way, something he's always believed in. Throughout his career, he demanded excellence from himself and his teammates, and he wasn't shy about pushing them if they weren't meeting that standard. That same mentality will shape his reviews. When Jordan critiques someone, he's not talking about stats alone, he's talking effort, discipline, and competitive fire. This is a man who hates shortcuts and expects maximum professionalism. So when he praises someone, fans will know it's real. And when he criticizes someone, it'll hit hard because it's coming from someone who lived at the highest level. Silver also mentioned Jordan's massive business presence through the Jordan brand. That's not just a financial empire, it's cultural. The brand thrives because of what Michael represents. Authentic greatness, hard work, and style. His reviews will tie that influence directly back to basketball. It shows that Jordan is still invested, not just as a brand owner, but as a basketball mind who cares about where the sport is headed. That authenticity makes his involvement meaningful. He's not doing this for hype. He's doing it because it fits who he is. Fans won't just hear from the greatest player ever. They'll hear from someone who genuinely wants to protect the integrity of the game. When Silver points out that Jordan still watches a ton of basketball and understands exactly what defines him, it's a reminder that Jordan never drifted away from the essence of what made him great. He didn't retire and detach himself from the sport. He stayed locked in, studying the game, keeping tabs on the modern league. That tells you everything about his mentality. Jordan was always a student of the game, but even more, he always knew who he was. His identity was built on hunger, willpower, and an absolute intolerance for mediocrity. That hasn't changed. Even as an owner, an observer, and an icon, Jordan still carries the standards that made him the most feared player on the court. When Silver says Jordan knows what defines him, it points to the truth that Jordan's greatness wasn't just in the 6 rings or the scoring titles. It came from a deep understanding of self. No matter how much the league evolves, Jordan stays rooted in what makes him Jordan. That's why his name still holds more weight than anyone else's. Silver also highlighted that social media has generated 1 billion views since
he's so passionate about it. I mean, we talk about it all the time. I mean, he wants the game to be played the right way.
The finals began, which shows how massive the global reach of today's NBA has become. But the thing is, that global explosion didn't start with social media. It started with Michael Jordan. Before hashtags, YouTube highlights, or Instagram reels, Jordan was a worldwide phenomenon without touching a smartphone. He made basketball global. He turned the NBA into a worldwide event. Air Jordan shoes, Be Like Mike commercials, Dream Team dominance. Those were the original viral moments before the internet even figured out what viral meant. Today's billions of views are impressive, but they're built on a foundation Jordan created. Social media amplifies today's stars, but it's echoing the stage Jordan built. He remains the template for how the league markets its stars and connects with the world. Every time fans share a highlight, they're participating in a culture Jordan created. He's still the architect of the NBA's global fame. So when Silver says fans will enjoy hearing Jordan's take on the modern league, he's speaking to the timeless power of Jordan's voice. The greatest player ever doesn't need to speak often. But when he does, the entire basketball world stops. Jordan's analysis isn't just commentary. It's gospel. Fans crave his perspective because it comes from someone who chased perfection and actually caught it. His opinion hits differently because he set the standard everyone else is judged against. When he talks about today's stars or the direction of the NBA, it's not nostalgia. It's wisdom shaped by championships, battles, and relentless discipline. His approval validates, his criticism challenges, and his insight teaches. No matter how many highlight clips social media produces, Jordan's voice cuts through because fans know they're hearing from the architect of basketball excellence. Adam Silver's comments basically confirm what the world already knows. Michael Jordan isn't just a figure from the past. He's a living force in the game, a standard-bearer whose relevance hasn't faded with age or retirement. He continues to study the game, understand his own identity, and stay connected in ways no other retired star has ever managed. Social media may give today's players billions of views, but Jordan's legacy went global long before the internet existed. Every viral dunk, every global headline, every debate about greatness still carries traces of him. And when he speaks, fans stop because his voice holds the authority of a king whose throne has never been taken. Michael Jordan isn't just the greatest player of all time. He is basketball itself.
Priority list. I mean, first of all, we've had something like 1 billion views globally on social media since the finals have started. But also, to get back to your ratings point,